Hey guys, what's going on? My name is John. Welcome to my NEStalgiaholic show. And this episode, back by popular demand, I've had a lot of people comment, a lot of people PM me. They said, John, we need some more Nintendo Power walkthroughs and look-throughs. And this is going to be, I'm going in order. This is over volume 29 of Nintendo Power. And came out in October 1991. So it looks like it's going to really feature Star Trek, which is one of my favorite franchises. So I'll be curious to see. It's been a long time since I've actually looked through this particular magazine. This is volume 29. So if you guys want to see other volumes previous to this, I've posted them on this channel. So I encourage you guys to check those out as well. I'm curious, while I look through this Nintendo Power, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys remember this particular episode. Let me know what you guys think about any particular game. And without any further ado, let's take a closer look at Nintendo Power volume 29. So here's the cover. This is Nintendo Power, Volume 29, retail for $350 US, Canadian $450. Features going to be features Star Trek, Beam Me Up Adventure. Features also Super Nintendo F-Zero, Game Boy Castlevania 2, NES Classic, and Metroid. You get the Nintendo official steel quality. You get the Enterprise there on the cover. On the back, it shows you can keep your game in high gear. This is the number you can call to fix your Nintendo. They actually supported fixing classic Nintendo's NESs for a while after Nintendo was even out. Here's the cover. You got Power to the Player. You can subscribe for $15 a month. I'm disappointed that Nintendo Power is discontinuing. I believe the last issue will be December of this year, 2012. It's been a great run, but the Nintendo Power today is a lot different than these Nintendo Powers because they're more review style, whereas these were more strategy and help you, beat the game. Table of contents: F-Zero, Star Trek, Roger Clemens MVP Baseball, Metroid, Shatterhand. Looks like the red are NES games. Pink is Super Nintendo games. Purple are Game Boy games. You got the players' forums, info zone, power line you can call in. This is players' pulse. This is where people write into Nintendo Power, a little area where people talk about playing with their feet. Here's F-Zero, one of my favorite games for the Super Nintendo. Absolutely love F-Zero. Must-own game for the system, in my personal opinion. They never made F-Zero 2 for the Super Nintendo, but they did have like a hack. Someone created a hack for it, unofficial ROM. It's a great Mode 7 use of Mode 7 graphics and one of the first titles for the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo came out about this time, early 90s. So it's 91, October 91. Now here is Nestor's Adventure. Now this is interesting because before it was Howard and Nestor, and now it's just Nestor's Adventure. Now I had an opportunity to meet Howard Phillips, who helped create Nintendo Power a little while ago. I did an interview with him on my main channel, Games81, and put it on my website, games81.com as well. But you can see now it's just Nestor. So Howard was dropped because Howard at this point left Nintendo, I believe, and this particular one is about Star Wars. So kind of a mini comic relief thing here. Now it's kind of cool. And Nestor was only in one Nintendo game. That was Nestor's Funky Bowling for the Virtual Boy. This is classified information, and this is more codes and cheats for NES games, various games. Zombie Nation, Vice, Super Mario World, Top Secret Hideaways, Quick Save, 1-Up Bonanza. This is Star Trek: The Final Frontier. Like I said before, I love Star Trek. The series is based on the original series. This is for the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Actually a pretty challenging game. The different levels here, different characters. Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. I don't know how many baseball games are for the NES, but there's quite a few. This is one of the later titles. Roger Clemens sponsored it, obviously. I don't think there's any official teams on here either. I think they're generic teams. I might be wrong on that, but here's Star Wars' Counselor's Corner. People, again, write on, these are common questions people call into Nintendo and ask about. So this particular one is about Star Wars for the NES. How do I find Princess Leia? It steps you through this. These are some of the people you can call and ask for help. Love the mullets. A lot of times you get people with mullets. Love that. Maniac Mansion. Again, a challenging game. Uninvited. Crystallis. Here's Metroid for the NES. I think many of us know about Metroid. I'd hope so anyway. Different weapons, different enemies, different levels. Like they put these maps together. They paste in these maps together, which is awesome. A huge guide there, several pages. Shatterhand for the NES. You get the rating here too, because it gives on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being great, 1 being 0. This got 3.7 out of graphics. Play control 3.9, challenge and interest 3.8, Theme and Fun 3.6, so pretty good ratings. By Jalico. I don't think Jalico is around anymore. Here's a poster. Every Nintendo Power had a poster. This particular one is over the Flintstones Rescue 2 of Dino and Mappy, or Hoppy. And on the other side, you get the map of Shatterhand, more extended guide there. Here's a special feature Game Boy. These, you can see they'd even have artwork labels for this at this point. So I remember Escape from Camp Deadly, The Simpsons, I remember that game. Monopoly, Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge for the Game Boy. Different weapons, different maps. I love the classic Game Boy. Curious what you guys' favorite classic Game Boy game is. Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly. This is a really challenging game as well. I think it was by Konami. Might be wrong. It was by Acclaim, actually. Different levels. Track Meet for the Game Boy. Game Boy Classified, again, more secrets and cheats for so R-Type, Go-Go Tank, and Hunt for Red October. Now playing. So they gave it Escape from Camp Deadly. Pretty decent reviews. Everything's pretty decent. Looks like Nick Faldo's Championship Golf didn't get very good reviews. Coming soon, Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. Super Nintendo Q&A. Answers to your top 10 questions. How much will the Super Nintendo cost and what is included? It's in the neighborhood of $200, around $50 for NES Game Pack. They call them Game Packs. When will the Super Nintendo be available in stores? Sometime in 1992. So at this point, the NES wasn't even around. What is 16-bit machine? Explains what that is. Will Nintendo still make NES games? You bet, with over 30 million NES controller decks. They'll still make it. Can both systems be connected to one TV? Yes, they can. How many games will be available for the NES? Super Nintendo. More than 40 titles are in progress. About 20 should be out by the holidays. Why can't NES games be used on Super Nintendo? Well, it basically explains that when they program it, they didn't really think of that. What accessories will be available for it? There's no plans for any accessories at this time. Will the same games be available for both NES and Super Nintendo? Programs try to use the features of the Super Nintendo and Nintendo. How can I find out more about the Super Nintendo? Keep looking for pages, or you can call this number right here, 1-800 number. Here it is, Super Nintendo, Super Ghouls and Ghosts by Capcom. Love the graphics. Great side-scrolling game. House Hole-in-One Golf. Super R-Type, a great shoot-'em-up. Love Super R-Type. Extra, Nintendo gamers win mountain bike trip and a whole family. They always have these cool contests. Second prize, you can win Nintendo Power or enter newspaper business. You can win a copy of Paperboy for the Game Boy. Third prize winner will win Super Nintendo Power Tees. You can order backlog issues here. That's what that's about. Now playing Captain America and the Avengers, Wolverine, Pirates, Pilot Wings, Super Bases Loaded. These are different grades and stuff for those games. NES Achievers is where people write in their scores and their high scores. Dr. Mario, so forth. Pretty cool. Top list. Top 30 games for October 1991. Super Mario 3, Turtles 2, Battletoads, a lot of NES games. I don't see any Game Boy games. Techno Bowl, awesome. Super C, classic. This is what the colors mean. Newcomers appearances, games that have appeared between 2 and 9 times. Titles that have been top 30 10 times or more. That's what the different color means. Celebrity profile, this is Joe Rigalbuto. Not quite sure where, Murphy Brown, I guess he was an actor in the show Murphy Brown. Talking about games he's been playing. Pack Watch, Ultimate Warrior, G.I. Joe 2, Crazy Land. Games coming out. Super Nintendo development, UN Squadron. Looks like it's a shooter. Populous, Paperboy 2, King's Quest 5. Chess Master. Oh, this King Quest V is coming out for the NES. That's right. Final Fantasy II, one of my favorite games for the Super Nintendo. Coming next month, Tom and Jerry, what we have looked forward to, of course. We're in the Time is Carmen San Diego, Final Fantasy II, Battletoads. This is a letter from the editor. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.